We going to Ibiza, but Bournemouth will have to do. We're going to take some Tampax and pack in some visits to the zoo. We hope Ken Dodd didn't do it, but he was so ugly too. We all going on a red bus to the beach. We all know we can't talk sharks, peaks or retinal disease. So let's soak in some coin factor cancer cream and get sunburnt in the sand. And hope we don't get caught with void littering or vibrating topless microwave stands. Dating. This is to make my eternal flame laugh. That is her name. I met her at the Olympics last year and I've been on fire ever since that day she made me hot chocolate. I said no, but she didn't listen, or I thought she didn't listen, but she was actually deaf. I was at the Disabilities Only Pics in Skegness. She told me her name was Yawn Yawn. I can only do that phonetically for you. She told me in sign language that she had been paid vast amounts of money by Catbird's chocolate bars to compete in the 100 metres race. She said yes straight away, as she knew it would be the publicity she needed to get her out of the multi-storey council-free flat. It was just that she wanted a garden to relax in. I watched her run in that race, and that was that. I didn't talk or see her again, but for me the memory of meeting her will always remain like a scar on my heart, like a tattoo you can't remove, like a knock at the door and it's not who you wanted, like a text and it's not who you were hoping for, like that £5 note you thought it was on the floor, like that flicker of hope, like the embryo we cook for breakfast, like the marmalade out of date but tastes fine, like meeting your hero, worsened gum age, like being me, obsolete British bulldog. You are last of a dynasty, a dying kind, the last of colonialism, the best half we could invent, equality, diversity, honest values, because we had the wealth of the Roman Empire, we could afford to be nice. Cyanide Britain. They didn't call it that for nothing. Who said nothing is free? No such thing as a free lunch. No, that actually wasn't Gandhi that said that. No, it was me in a past life. Nothing is free except in Britain. Anyone can have a free house except for me. Or does it count that my rent is being paid right now by my benefits Britain? I'm not complaining. I think it's an awesome economy, though I prefer work, so I see it as, with my lack of education, to avoid destitution, prostitution and shame and being smelly. I have worked full-time most of my life. Then I can't cope and I get signed off sick. Then I get another mentality, physically challenging job, and the vicious cycle of equality monitoring forms go on and on. I see that I pay in and I get back, but I guess I will burn out if I don't make some fundamental change in my catch-22 and find a job I care about. I don't care about comedy and I don't care about you. One of my reviews wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Jules, Daily WhatsApp, got a comment from my teacher's pet. Meow. School report. Try spelling. I think they meant say try harder. How can I try harder when I am blaming Britain for being a failure? If we can bounce bomb out of this crisis, we'll be fine. If we can spitfire through these masks, we will be fine. Who are we fighting for anyway? Yes, I am prejudiced. You're living in interview. You're lying in interview if you say you're not. You can't win anyway. Relax, be yourself. They have already made up their mind the second you walk into that door. Continued. I'm warming up. Dating. My last date, core. That was like being regressed or using a part of my brain I had never seen before. Like walking down a new country lane. Still can't remember, but I liked the neuron pathway. Still not coming back to me. Gee whiz, was it that long ago? I think it was. I think this is a true this is a true story. Now you can relax. I saw the prettiest woman in a pub, normally the one I would dare not speak to. I got her number and she met up with me. I hadn't realised she would consider it a date, and I underdressed. I normally overdress and wear makeup, and with nerves it is awful. This time I was too relaxed and I wore my favourite old, nearly hokey, holy jumper, bought her a coffee, tried to find a college garden that we could hug in for free, gave up near the Quaker Centre and didn't call her back. She was into the idea, the theory of relativity, and gorgeous and true to me. I should have phoned her back, oh well. I saw a lesbian I know today and I wasn't brave enough to speak. I think this is why I'm a writer. Talk paralysis. I invented that syndrome. Let's invent some more. Polycystic, okay, syndrome. Cystic fibrosis, nervosis plectrum. Halitosis, predictive, biblical, hysteria, motifs, Motown Station, Blues FM, Black FM, Diaz FM. Sorry, I can't translate this into any language FM. I am post-colonial, lazy Britannia FM. English is the only language I need to know because my ancestors raped, pillaged the world, so we didn't need to bother learning any new languages and built our wealth on the sweat and slavery. Nieces, this was wrong, very bad behaviours, not just politically incorrect, but human beings at their very, very worst, bullying, evil, tyrannical, capitalist, out of control, balloons, but the ease of it all was just too good. And they didn't teach me about this in school because my teachers were stoned, shagged out, and still enjoying the labours of the poorest. We were reaping the benefits of slavery, profiting from the worst form of cannibalism. You know when you see something cheap on Amazon and you really hope it's nobody's suffered to make it, but you just want the cheapest, buy two, get one pygmy free, cuddly cute, and doesn't bite back because the pet teddy bear will probably die in freight, but as long as we, the privileged West, can still hit that buy button, we are okay. And then Children in Need comes on and we can all feel better by ordering a pizza and send a text to Pugsy for the polio children to learn to see a better world. This is supposed to be funny, something we can all relate to. Sorry, children. Was it bedtime story time? Still, I apologise for getting off track. What would you like to hear a story about? A. Blackbeard, the Somalian banker, or B. Bran, the faraway tree, or C. Cannabis and me? C. Okay. Once upon a time there was a... Continued. What's your favourite comedy? Diana Dawes. What's your favourite movie? Jaws. What's your favourite sexual position? Rita. What? Retard. What? Richer. Oh. What's your best holiday memory? What's your best horror movie? Who was your best friend at school? Who is that behind you? Who is the boss in your relationship? What's the best thing and worst thing about being human? These are my interviewee questions at the end time. Mastermind. Favourite subject, food. Who is hairy, smelly and requires petrol? Who requires alcohol? Who doesn't? Why is this? Who relies heavily if a fridge door is in her shot? I said shot. And lots of dark velvety whooping, privileged chocolate. Look, you poverty victims of all nationalities, no matter what boat or Larry you've floated in, or I am oppressed too, not because I come from a marginalised minority of the oppressed, but because I am a victim of not having the will to fight because I've had it too easy. I didn't have an education because in my day life was fun. We still had enough money from the cages to just do a couple of hours work, have lots of fun and get paid lots and lots of money, have free holidays at your boss's house in Wales. If it hadn't been burnt down by the Welsh who hate the English, we don't know why. We really should have killed them before equality took over. However, where was I? Yes, I am of course only a victim of myself if I allow myself to be. I'm jealous of anyone in a 4,000 by 4,000 because they scream in your face that we have money, and they tell me, the schizophrenia, that because they have so much money I have to be so unhappy. But I was fine before I saw them coming towards me in the 3D poltergeist and Godfather glasses. I can't avoid it. They haven't got COVID either. They have hit money. B. And it's not like the convertible, because that's okay. He is bold, so he can't really be happy, and you can't wear a toupee in that wind, and no blonde, so it's okay because he just must be unhappy. So that's all right then. Compare. I don't really need to call them. I compare naturally, though I wouldn't want to be a skinny, attractive woman. Thankfully, that's not my envy. It is just money, security, people who have got money. Anybody here know anybody with money? We all know them, don't we? The one thing is they not normally that funny. It's because they've never needed a sense of humour to cope. They know how to remortgage their mother-in-law's house. I don't know what a remortgage is, or a mother-in-law. Both, I'm thinking, are clever. I don't know what that is either, but do you know what? I see my friends have so much blooming potential, incredibly gifted artists, poets, subletters, telly-professionalists, toenail-eating cretins with kindness in their 4x4, toe-bleary, tired, tear-stained safe eyes. We're all the same jealous, evil, fajitas, plates, cretins. How do you turn off predictive text? There is a lot. I don't know. Continued. Comedy 9 to 5. Dear guests, I think I'll have a break. I'll put it on break.